The third time must be the charm, as A'ja Wilson took home her third MVP trophy this year while leading the Aces to a first-round series win over the Seattle Storm. So, let's dive into her scores from last night to figure out how she has become the most dominant player in the WNBA. The first thing that stood out to me is how they get her attacking fast out of the trail position. She grabs 10 defensive rebounds a game, allowing her teammates to break up the court even earlier than normal when she's near the hoop. As Kelsey Plum initiates the offense to the wing, she has the option of reversing the ball back to Wilson out top, which triggers some Princeton offense as her dribble to the corner triggers the backdoor cut from the wing. This is supposed to lead to a handoff to Stokes, but she fakes out her defender by keeping it and drawing the foul. Check the soft touch as she goes off glass through the contact and gets an and one. Even off a made basket, they still push the ball often, as their fourth ranking in pace proves, and watch how her trail turns into a handoff and spread. Plum splits with Young on the right side. The first look is for the backdoor slip here, and if not, it flows into a handoff. They run the two-woman game as a pick and short roll, where the defense foolishly doubles the ball handler, leaving A'ja by herself at the elbow for the easy jumper. Normally, the Aces want to push the ball towards the wings to start the offense. However, if it's over the middle, Wilson will trail into the handoff, and even though the offense is trying to spread the floor out, she still encounters 3 defenders in the lane, yet uses the slight fade for space to get that lefty jumper off. At 6'4", she's got a height advantage over most players, but let's watch how the Storm makes a mental mistake getting back in transition. Nneka is the only Storm player out there with enough size to guard Wilson, so Lloyd has to communicate to Nneka to get over there and pick her up. Lloyd can then take Young heading to the corner. Instead, Nneka stays with the corner, leaving Lloyd at 5'11" to try and guard Wilson in the low post. She decides to front it, but with a passer like Chelsea Gray on the team, it's a complete mistake. Speaking of which, it's almost unfair to have a guard on the team that can pass as well as Gray does. Just check this incredible wraparound pass that hits A'ja perfectly in stride. And while we need to give Gray all the flowers for executing something so perfect, I also need to point out that Nneka couldn't have defended this worse. She had a nice head start getting back down court, but then loses sight of the ball and has no idea it's thrown until A'ja is laying it in. Can you hear me shaking my head? Here's a nice baseline out of bounds set designed to force a switch and mismatch down low as Wilson gets a back screen heading into the lane. This is defended pretty well as Nneka spins underneath and recovers, but it does allow A'ja a catch with both feet in the paint. And this was a foolish gamble at the pass as Wilson steps through quick and finishes with her strong left hand. A'ja doesn't operate solely in the low post. I love this handoff into get action where Hayes feeds the high post and then cuts looking for the pass back. Make no mistake, they run this to the right side to allow Wilson to attack with her left hand dribble, and the soft touch gets the kind roll as the Aces retake the lead late in the game. Becky Hammon understands the importance of varying the spots where Wilson can attack from, and I love how they get her operating from the right corner, where she can again use her dominant left hand on drives right into the middle of the paint. There is a mistake on the closeout as she should be getting to the other side of Wilson's body to prevent middle penetration. As a result, A'ja can efficiently get right to the rim with only one dribble and finish with the nice back to the right hand finger roll. This time, they put her in that right corner where she can sprint off a pin down, and if her defender is rubbed off, she can curl it into the lane, again going to her strong left hand, and there isn't much the defense can do except put her on the free throw line, where she shot 84% this year and 5 for 5 last night. They run a second staggered pin for her out of that right corner, and while she doesn't take many, if you let her tee it up without much pressure, she can knock him down and simply make the nightmare of trying to guard her even worse. With the Aces taking the series and A'ja looking like the MVP that she is, it sets up for an incredible second-round matchup against the New York Liberty and all of their stars. I know I cannot wait to see how A'ja will fare as she dominated them in the 2 games during the regular season, and this might end up deciding who the champion of the W is in 2024.